What's going on? We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Y'all know what the business is. One time for the one time. We grinding. Shout out to the LDBC, man. Lions Den boxing community, excuse me. Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure you download the LDBC mobile app in your Play Store. And we'll get into it, man. According to Dan Rayfield, not saying that he most formidable source out there, says that Deontay Wilder has an immediate rematch clause in there for Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury has a rematch clause, but he's hearing it may not be so immediate. And let's talk about it, man. Of course, a true title holder like Deontay Wilder, who's defended his title numerous times, deserves an immediate rematch clause versus Tyson Fury. And it's funny that Tyson Fury has any type of rematch clause in his contract, but I think that's putting respect on his name as the former lineal champion, and I think that's what he brings to the table to get that. And what's funny about this is that Eddie Hearn was trying to use this as a sticking point, saying that that's why Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury winner wasn't going to be able to face AJ April 13th at Wembley Stadium. His whole thing is try to deceive at least the fan base in the UK, saying that we can get you the Dillian White or Derek Chisora winner. Wilder, he tied up for a couple fights. We're gonna try to make that happen in the future. But it's pressure over there from the United Kingdom boxing fans to see Deontay Wilder over there. Now that he went over there and chastised and put AJ in his place and really tore down Eddie Hearn on Good Morning Britain, now I think it's a little bit more heat on Eddie Hearn to make that fight happen, especially April 13th when you going around parading around with your pom-poms telling people that you're going to make that fight happen, okay? And now that you didn't make that fight happen, you can't make that fight happen, you got to come up with an excuse. And before the contracts were announced or had signed, or before they announced it, they were looking for an excuse to get out of there, saying that, I heard they both got rematch clauses, so we can't do it. And we already know what Eddie Hearn wants to do. Eddie Hearn wants Dillian White in April at Wembley Stadium. That's what he wants. He wants an in-house fight where he can keep all the money in his family and in his promotional company. And we know that. Top Rank does the same thing with their crew of fighters. And we just know that's what the norm is now, with so many different networks, so many different promoters, so many different entities around here. The name of the game is to make big in-house fights so you can recoup as much money as you want to, okay? He doesn't really want to have Deontay Wilder come under Tyson Fury and work with Frank Warren or work with Al, you know what I'm saying? So, that's why he didn't want to make the Luis Ortiz-Dillian White fight happen, because if Luis Ortiz dog walks Dillian White, then it's going to be pressure to make Luis Ortiz versus Anthony Joshua, if you can't get Deontay Wilder versus AJ. And at that point, both of them fights are damn near equally as dangerous. And I think Deontay Wilder brings more money, so it would have forced him to make the Deontay Wilder fight happen. See, the Dillian White and Ortiz fight was never a factor. You know what I'm saying? That never was a thought, by Matchroom, because they know how dangerous that is and how important of a pawn Dillian White is. Of course, they would have a backup plan if Dillian White didn't get that fight. You know what I'm saying? Or lost to Ortiz, it will be either Chisora, which was a definite long shot without beating Dillian White or a formidable foe. It was going to really be the Huey Fury Bratsware Puev winner October 7th for the IBF title eliminator. That's would have been the step-in fight, okay? But it would have been bad, more fishy, and mad suspect if Ortiz did beat Dillian White and they didn't fight Ortiz or Wilder. Then it gives credence to the fact that they're protecting AJ versus Ortiz and Wilder. Ortiz was on Matchroom at one point in time. They didn't want to give him the fight, so they gave him his release. So he got the hell up out of there. But as far as the rematch back to Wilder and Fury, I think it's fair. Like I said, I think a guy that's made numerous title defenses like Wilder deserves a rematch clause and immediate rematch clause. And I think Tyson Fury's cool, give him a rematch clause. He says he's a lineal champion. If he can get back in shape, or if it's a close fight, or he can build himself back up, and down the road, y'all can fight again. It's a good fight. People clamor to see it again. He can get it down the road after the AJ situation, Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't have a problem with it, what I'm saying, at all. I respect it, man, to be honest. Wilder didn't have to give him a rematch clause, but I think a rematch clause at all. But I think that was a part of making the package attractive for Tyson Fury and saying, you know what, we give you another shot. If you get back, build yourself back a little bit. get your fitness together. You know, if it's not fully together at its optimum point, come December 1st, we give you a fight down the line. But I think what's so important about this is it gives the flexibility to fight AJ April 13th and continue to put the pressure on Matchroom and AJ, okay? I say that because if Fury wins, you know, all right, and Wilder does win the immediate rematch, but, you know, Eddie comes with a fair offer for Fury to make a British class, Deontay Wilder could be like, you know what, I do want an immediate rematch, but I will use my immediate rematch because I feel that if you really beat me, you'll watch AJ. I use my immediate rematch, and then we can just have a big undisputed clash in America, or I can come to the UK this time since you're the A side, you know. And if Fury, you know, let's say Fury loses, it's competitive, and he just barely loses, or whatever, it's a competitive fight, people want to see it again, and you know, let's say October next year, and Fury ready to fight him and exercise his rematch, and him and Wilder is in negotiations, and Eddie Hearn comes with a good offer for Wilder or takes Wilder's terms, okay, and Wilder, and then Wilder will tell Fury, like, look here, man, you get your rematch, you get the winner of me and AJ, we'll put in the contract, or you get the winner, and you have your rematch that way. And I think Fury would be more flexible to let that happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of flexibility with these rematch clauses, and I think it's a lot of flexibility because both camps legitimately get along and like each other, and they both wouldn't mind seeing the other one, you know, beat AJ, and then they could just rematch outside of that. So I think it's the flexibility, you know, comes with the rematch clauses. You know, Wilder's being immediate, Fury's being, you know, somewhere down the road, not so immediate. I think it's flexible because both of the guys genuinely like each other. Both of the camps have rapport. You know, Shelly Finkel and Al Haymon reached out to Frank Warren to know how much the market value for AJ versus Wilder was. He said it was $50 million or whatever the situation was with the market value. So they have rapport. Al Haymon and Frank Warren share fighters as well. So, you know, I can see why this wasn't a hard fight to negotiate. And, you know, it is what it is, man. It's not, you know, it's not hard to tell. Much blessed to both of these brothers. But I think it's flexible rematch clauses for both of them. And it leaves the door open to fight AJ in April. So Eddie Hearn can't use that excuse no more. Well, that same old excuse where he was going around saying that, the same excuse, they can't fight AJ in April because they got rematch clauses. No, you know, and that will be clarified, bro. That will be clarified, you know, but at the end of the day, it's just back to basics, man. Matchroom don't want to put Dillian White in no smoke. They don't want to put AJ in no smoke. And AJ fight plan going to look like Dillian White in April, okay? October is going to be like Puav and the Fury winner. IBF title eliminator come October 27th. Then 2020 it'll be Big Baby Miller, I believe, or Usyk, or then Usyk and Big Baby Miller, them two fights in 2020. So they already got AJ's blueprint mapped out for his career. I'm telling you, for the next 4 fights, and I think what's really hurting AJ and what really can come to hurt Deontay Wilder is the activity level. These dudes are fighting 2 times a year, and they're not even on Pacquiao Mayweather level. You know what I'm saying? I understand Wilder got a lot of fights. A lot of those fights was, you know, amateurish type fights where it was for him to get rounds and he didn't take that many punishments. He was just knocking clowns out left and right to make up for that lack of amateur experience that was never there. Okay. But AJ is diminishing because he spends more time, you know, doing pull-ups and CrossFit and lifting weights than actually fighting. He needs to be fighting 3-4 times a year, to be honest. But they want to try to, you know, stretch this out like elastic and make him fight 2 times a year and make his reign seem more dominant than it actually was. You know, and it's actually stunning his development fighting 2 times a year. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and it eventually get up to Wilder, and that activity as you get older as a fighter, it kill your limbs and it'll kill your athletic ability. You got to stay active. A body in motion stays in motion. But y'all know what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, if you want to donate, the PayPal links in the description as well. Shout out to everybody that do donate, helping the brand continue to grow, and I definitely appreciate it. Shout out to the Lions Den Boxing community. All the social media links are in the description as well. And also, don't forget about our boxing morning show, Boxing 101 Early Morning Grind, 8:30 a.m. every Monday through Friday morning. Also, if you miss any of them, they're all uploaded to the podcast. That link's in the description as well. You can download the podcast by clicking the link. It'll take you to the website or it'll take you to the podcast application. And just sign up with your Google or Facebook account. And you up in that thing, man. Also, business email there for business email uses only. Y'all gonna we're gonna continue to ride out all day. One time for the one time. LDBC. We gone.